A welcome to the Wonder Garden channel. But there is a secret that few people will tell you. When you buy orchid pots from the store, surely you will feel very excited as they are blooming beautifully. However, if you just place them in a corner of your house and care for them as usual, these orchids will only last for a few months. After that, the leaves will start to turn yellow, the stems will gradually rot, and eventually, the plants will wither away. That is why, right after bringing the plant home, you need to take special care steps to help it adapt to the new environment. In today's video, I will share my experience on how to revive newly purchased orchids, helping them build a strong foundation, develop a healthy root system, and continue to bloom in the following seasons. The wonderful thing is that I only use very simple ingredients, readily available right in your kitchen, easy to find, easy to do. Yet the results will surely surprise you. If you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss any orchid care tips. Let's get started. When you bring an orchid pot home from the store, the very first thing, and also the most important thing, you need to pay special attention to is the base of the plant. This is the key point that determines whether the orchid will thrive or not. Normally, orchids sold in stores are planted in moist moss. This moss initially helps retain moisture very well, keeping the plant fresh throughout transportation and display. However, if you continue to leave the plant in the moss without proper handling, the moss will hold water for too long, preventing moisture from evaporating and creating a suffocating environment for the roots. As a result, after a short time, the roots will begin to rot. Bacteria and fungi will develop, leading to root decay, yellowing leaves, and eventually the plant will weaken. This is exactly why I mentioned at the beginning of the video that if you don't remove this growing medium, the orchid can only survive for a few more months before withering. Therefore, the very first thing you need to do when bringing an orchid home is to take care of the base. Remove the old moss and give the roots a well-ventilated environment. This is the foundation step that allows the plant to adapt to its new home and continue growing healthily. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. After removing all the old moss around the base, you will clearly see the plant's entire root system. I will prepare a pair of pruning shears or scissors that have been thoroughly sterilized with alcohol or boiling water. Sterilizing the tools is very important because it helps prevent bacteria or fungal diseases from spreading to the healthy roots. Now, carefully examine each root. Those that are green or ivory white and firm are healthy and should be kept, while any roots that are mushy, hollow when gently pressed, or have turned brownish black and shriveled should be completely trimmed away without hesitation. Next, I will rinse the entire orchid with clean water to completely remove any dirt, mold, or residues still clinging to the roots and base of the plant. Washing the plant not only helps it breathe more easily, but also serves as an important step in reducing the risk of fungal infections when the orchid begins its recovery phase. I usually wash it very gently so that the entire growing medium, roots, and leaves are all cleaned. After washing, I will place the orchid in a basket or hang it in a well-ventilated area, allowing it to dry completely before moving on to the next steps of treatment. To treat this orchid, I will use a fresh aloe vera leaf like this. Aloe vera is an amazing natural ingredient because it contains a wealth of nutrients such as vitamins A, C, and E, minerals, and especially natural antibacterial compounds. These nutrients help gently disinfect the roots, cleanse the cuts after trimming rotten roots, and prevent bacteria and fungi from invading. I put the chopped aloe vera into the blender. The next ingredient I use is baking soda, a very familiar item in the kitchen. I will add 1 spoonful of baking soda here. Baking soda helps balance the pH, clean the root surface, and eliminate harmful mold on the plant. Thanks to its mild antibacterial and antifungal properties, it will protect the orchid from root rot during the vulnerable stage after repotting. After adding both ingredients, I will pour in about 500 milliliters of clean water and blend the mixture thoroughly to create a completely natural, safe, and highly effective root-nourishing solution. After blending the aloe vera and baking soda mixture, I will use a thin cloth or a strainer to remove all the pulp, keeping only the clear liquid. This is the natural root-nourishing solution that we will use to treat the orchid. The clear aloe vera liquid not only contains enzymes, vitamins, and minerals from the aloe, but also has mild antibacterial properties thanks to the baking soda. Finally, to use this fertilizer solution for the orchid, I will dilute it with 1 liter of clean water. Dilution is very important because it makes the solution gentle enough for the roots and leaves, preventing the plant from experiencing shock after treatment. Now I will soak the entire base of the orchid in the diluted aloe vera and baking soda solution we just prepared. While soaking, make sure all the roots are fully submerged so that the nutrients and antibacterial properties in the aloe can be absorbed evenly, helping to cleanse the roots and stimulate faster growth of new ones. I will soak the entire base of the orchid in this solution for about 15 minutes. While waiting, I will take the opportunity to wipe all the leaves clean. Use a soft cloth or cotton pad to gently dab the prepared solution and thoroughly wipe both sides of the leaves. Wiping the leaves while soaking helps remove dust, bacteria, and small deposits on the leaf surface, allowing the plant to photosynthesize more efficiently. At the same time, the nutrients in the aloe vera are directly absorbed through the leaves, making them greener, thicker, and healthier. This is also a good opportunity to closely inspect each leaf for early signs of pests or fungal infections, so you can address them before they spread. Next, I will pour the remaining solution into a spray bottle. This way, we can use it to mist all the other orchids in the garden. When spraying, adjust the nozzle to produce a very fine mist so that the solution evenly covers both sides of the leaves, the stems, and even the aerial roots. Doing this ensures that every part of the plant receives the beneficial nutrients from the aloe and baking soda. Misting also increases the humidity around the orchid, which not only helps the aerial roots grow stronger and healthier, but also creates a more favorable environment for the entire plant to thrive. This method is particularly useful for caring for multiple orchid pots at the same time, especially during hot and dry weather, as it helps prevent dehydration and keeps the plants vibrant and lush. I usually apply this method regularly every 7 to 10 days to maintain the health and lushness of my entire orchid garden. After soaking the orchid for the full 15 minutes, I will gently lift it out of the solution. At this point, you will notice that the roots have become firm, glossy, and much cleaner, with a beautiful bright white color. This is a clear sign that the plant has absorbed the nutrients from the aloe vera and baking soda solution. To replant this orchid, I will use a plastic pot that has been thoroughly cleaned and sterilized, along with pine bark that has been properly washed, soaked, and dried to completely eliminate any pathogens. This step is very important because if the pot or growing medium is contaminated, fungal or bacterial infections can attack the plant, slowing its recovery or causing the roots to rot again. First, I will lay a layer of pine bark at the bottom of the pot to create a base that ensures good drainage and provides aeration for the roots. Next, I will gently place the orchid into the pot, arranging the roots so that they spread evenly around the plant, helping it stand firmly and grow in a balanced manner. Once the plant is secured, I continue to fill in layers of pine bark around it, gently shaking the pot as I go, so that the bark settles into all the gaps without being packed too tightly. This ensures the roots have enough space to breathe and grow vigorously. I combine both methods by first inserting a metal stake to support the orchid's stem, and then gently securing the stem to the stake with cable ties. This combination provides optimal stability, keeping the plant upright while preventing damage to the stem, and ensures that both leaves and flower spikes grow straight, healthy, and strong. After the pot is filled, I check one more time to make sure the orchid stands upright and is stable. Finally, after replanting, I will place the orchid in a well-ventilated area with gentle light, avoiding direct harsh sunlight. This is the period for the plant to stabilize after repotting and root trimming. During the first 2 to 3 days, I will refrain from watering to allow the cut areas on the roots time to dry and heal, reducing the risk of root rot. Once the orchid has adapted to its new environment and the cut areas have sealed, I will start lightly watering it to stimulate nutrient absorption again. This method helps the plant recover quickly encourages strong new roots that firmly anchor into the growing medium, and ensures the orchid will soon sprout, grow leaves, and bloom on schedule. Results after 1 month. You will notice a very clear transformation. The orchid has started producing new, bright white, healthy roots that are growing long. This is an excellent sign that the plant is recovering and efficiently absorbing nutrients. The leaves, which were previously soft and weak, have now become firm, lush green, and glossy, indicating that the orchid has adapted to its new environment and is growing strong and healthy. I will continue to care for the orchid regularly using the aloe vera and baking soda solution, both misting and wiping the leaves to provide nutrients directly while also preventing fungal infections. With consistent care, after a short period, you will see the orchid continuously producing new roots, young shoots emerging, and flower spikes starting to sprout from the leaf axils. The leaves will also stay vibrant and glossy, reflecting the plant's strong health. Over time, this method helps the orchid establish a robust root system, develop thick, healthy leaves, and bloom abundantly during the right season, ensuring your orchid garden remains lush and thriving. What do you think about this method of caring for orchids? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear how your orchids are growing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like to support me, share it with friends who love orchids, and especially subscribe to Wonder Garden so you won't miss the latest orchid care tips.